Congratulations, you've now created your own TinkerCAD account and now you've logged in. So the first things we need to do is just do a bit of admin. I want to get rid of the tutorials that TinkerCAD provide because my tutorials are going to be a bit more in depth. So we're going to click where it says in the top right left hand corner where it says 1 of 3. I want you to click on that and exit lesson, and that'll take a moment or two. So once you've done that, it will bring you to a new screen where you can learn some TinkerCAD basic skills. Now we will be learning a lot of this as we go along, so if there's anything you want to learn that I'm not teaching, there are several tutorials here for you to be able to do that. But let's get on with the show, shall we? So after a few moments of clicking on the TinkerCAD logo, you'll be taken to a screen very similar to what you see now, where we have the TinkerCAD logo in the top left hand corner, and then we have a dashboard where it allows you to access all your designs, and then a weird name which we're going to change right now. This weird name is assigned to you by TinkerCAD because all designs do need a name, so it creates one and it allows you to change it if you want to. So simply by clicking on that weird name you see, or pointing to it, you'll see it underlines, and by clicking on it, it highlights it completely. So I'm going to change that now to my name, Mr. Glenn Leedy. You probably heard me typing in the background, and I'm going to hit the return key now, and that then creates that name. Now of course I can change that if I wanted to, just by clicking on it again and maybe putting in my middle initial, for example, and hits the return again. So you can change that name at any time that suits you. We're not going to look at this area here in the top right hand corner because they're outside the scope of this course. Underneath that we have a menu options. There's various options. That at the moment the only one that we can see on the left hand side is the paste button. That's because I've copied a design previously to this lesson on something that I'm working on. But generally you can see they're not accessible. We have import, export and send to. Import, as you probably realise, is to actually bring files into TinkerCAD to work on. Export means that you're going to save it from TinkerCAD and download it to your local computer to be used elsewhere. And send to, now if you're one of my students, then you'd send your work to me for appraisal and for review, and this is the option you'd use. And you'd have an email and a video showing you how to do that. Underneath that we have work plane and ruler. We're not going to touch that. Then we have TinkerCAD basic shapes. We can actually click on that and you'll see there's many other options, but we're not going to go into there just yet. And we have two grey objects at the top, box and cylinder. We're not going to look at those in this section of the videos. We're going to look at that in the next lesson. And then we have box, cylinder, sphere and scribble and so on if you scroll further down. Over on the work plane, if you wanted to change the view, because obviously this isn't always convenient to work with, you can right click on the work plane, and if you do it in the corner it gets magnified more. Right click and drag your mouse around, and that then allows you to move your work plane so you can actually see how your work's progressing. So that's right clicking and then moving the mouse around. If you was to look over here now, you'll see a cube, and as I move the work plane around, you'll see that that cube moves around as well. However, you can also move the work plane around by left clicking on the cube and then moving the cube around as well, and you can see that. It's not quite as easy to get a very precise movement. It's much easier to click on the work plane. But let's say you've designed something, you want to get back to a default view to make it easier to see what's going on. If we look here on the left hand side, you'll see there's 5 options. The first option is the home view. So if you was to click on that, it then realigns everything to where we started from originally. And over here we have the fit in all into view, which we're looking at in a moment. You see it says F, which we're using. Zoom in and you see a plus, and under the minus you see zoom out and the minus symbol, and underneath that there is a to convert it into a flat view or a 2D view, so to speak. We're not going to be using that button at all in these lessons because this is about 3D.